my name's Kiana and we're here in beautiful San Diego at the Mission Beach Bike Path. And today I just want to give you some tips if you're new, you're a beginner roller skater. And as I'm saying that, I literally see a roller skater across the street. So hopefully maybe I can make a friend today. But I just wanted to go ahead and give you some tips and just, talk about what it's like to be a beginner roller skater going to their new or their first rollout, or maybe skating on the beach, or just, going somewhere other than your neighborhood. So let's do it. So first off, I wanted to just give you a little bit of tips of, when you're skating at the beach or a boardwalk or anywhere that has surfaces that aren't quite flat, there could be cracks or there could be bumps. I just want to tell you how you should keep your body posture. So when we're skating in general, we want to keep our knees bent. This is going to help us absorb what we're skating on. So knees bent, if we accidentally hit a crack or we're going over a bump or anything like that, being able to squat and have knees bent is going to help us absorb all of that impact. We want to keep our feet staggered just like this because it gives us more balance. If we step over a crack or skate over a crack with our feet like this, we can easily go backwards or go forwards because it's hitting both of our wheels. If we're stable like this and it just hits one pair of our wheels, we have another foot to kind of balance ourselves. Another thing is confidence and, being in a safe environment. So when you're going to roll out, the thing that I like to do is I like to bring a friend. If we're going by ourselves, I believe in you, you can do it, but always bringing a friend gives you just that extra confidence and fun to make your rollout or your stride a lot more fun. So that's another tip I would give you, is just bring someone along that you'll have a groovy time no matter where you're at. So yeah, let's get to it. We're gonna go down this beautiful bay bike path, and as we just stumble along stuff, I'll go ahead and give you some tips on how to get over it, or just, anything that I find that could be useful as beginners. So let's stroll. We're gonna keep our knees bent throughout, and we're just going to kind of make sure we're watching the ground. So here's one thing that'll come up while you're on a bike path. It's going to be one of these, what are these called? Potholes? Potholes. So you can either jump over it if you're confident, or the little more on the safe side is going to be to just go around it. So we're going to make sure that we're watching the ground, of course, and if we see it, we're going to there's a couple different ways you can go around it, of course. You can either lean to the side that you want to bring yourself over that way, or you can cross over. So if we're going left or right, you can just cross over the other way. So I'll just show you those one more time. So if we're like, oh my gosh, a pothole, coming to it, let's just lean to this side. And you're gonna put most of your pressure on the leg that you're going to that side. And then if we're gonna do a crossover, we see the pothole, we're going to stay squatted and we're just gonna lift and kind of transfer our weight, transfer from our left to our right, and then right back to our original stance. Of course, you're going to want to cross over whichever side is your more strong suit. So my strong suit is my right side, so I'm going to use that one to go across because I feel more stable stepping on that one first. If it's your other leg, you should use that leg. But those are going to be some things that come up, and if you're not paying attention, you might have to act fast. And by doing that, you might have to jump over it. Just like that. Cool. Should I show them how to jump over a pothole? Okay. All right, so for jumping in general, what we want to do is tuck our knees into our chest. So we're not trying to jump off of the ground. We're actually going to take our momentum and just tuck our knees into our chest. So we're going to keep our staggered stance. We're just going to tuck. So I'm not actually pushing off of the ground, because see how I would go forward? I'm just squatting like this and tucking my knees right back in. So that way, instead of falling or going forward, I just go up. So what happens when we do that jumping over a pothole? We're basically going to take our momentum and we're going to jump right up and over because our knees are going to tuck and our momentum is going to take us forward. So what that is like again, like just like that. And that's one obstacle that you could come across while skating outside. So let's keep going. It's such a nice day out today. We've got a mixture of people wearing masks and not masks, so you know, when there's a spot where it's wide open and no one's around, I might catch my breath and take it off, but if there's a lot of people around, I don't feel comfortable enough, so I'm not going to take it off. This is what San Diego is like in the summer. I'm gonna So you can notice as we're skating this bike path right now that the sidewalk kind of has some cracks in it. So pretty much throughout, like I had said earlier, you really want to keep your knees bent, because if you hit one of those cracks weird, you're going to want to be balanced and stable to catch yourself. If we're standing kind of straight up and we're nervous and we're not too confident about skating yet, the lower the better. And so I actually found another spot I want to show. So I'm going to pull off to the side here real quick. I'm going to wait for some people to go across. And it's actually back here. So sometimes when you're near the beach or on a boardwalk path or a bike path and there's sand, you're going to get sand piles on the sidewalk. And of course we don't want to ruin our bearings, as well as we also want to get over this pile of sand without, you know, having to jump too far or getting shocked by it or anything like that. So as you can see on the concrete here, there is some sand. What I like to do when there's sand here is I like to do a fun like run walk. So it's not really that I'm skating through the sand, but I'm actually going to just step through it, or you can tiptoe through it as well. So if the sand were a lot bigger, I would probably just tiptoe through it so it's a little farther from my wheels. But for example, so if I'm skating and there's sand right here, I might try to slow myself down and I might just run right over it. So instead of rolling through it where your bearings can get sand into them, you're just going to be stepping right on top of the sand. Hi! And then the other way that you could do it is just tiptoe through. So what that looks like is I would probably slow myself down a little when I get here, T-stop like this, or I might do a hockey stop like that, and then I might just tiptoe, basically same thing, and then roll right through. So those are two different ways that you can get through sand, or maybe there's a weird rough patch in the concrete, anything like that, and you can just get on through it. So let's keep going. Have any of you ever encountered sand while you're on a boardwalk or skating? Or what's the weirdest thing that you've encountered while you were skating outside? I want to know in the comments. And tell me how you got through, over, whatever. So while we're kind of skating and, you know, looking for other obstacles and things that I can give you tips off of, I want to just talk about, when you're a beginner skater, the nervousness and, why we're scared and just, ways that you can overcome that. Skating is a new fun hobby that you probably have picked up if you're a beginner. There are very many places you could have picked it up from, but I promise you that it's fun. As long as you think fun, you have fun, you're going to have fun. And with that, of course, we're always nervous about new hobbies because maybe there's someone that you are inspired by and it's not, you're not quite there yet, or, you're going on a skate date or whatever. There's, a number of things that you could, not feel super confident about it yet, or just maybe a lot of people injuries. You don't want to get injured while skating, right? First off, as long as you're wearing all your gear, which don't use me, I'm a bad example, but as long as you wear your gear, you're going to fall in your gear. And that is number one priority when you're a beginner, is that if you have your gear, that's going to protect you. If you fall forward, you're going to fall on your knee pads, on your wrist guards, on your elbow pads. And we want to avoid, of course, going backwards. But if we do, your helmet's there to save you. So if you're wearing your gear, that's going to be one thing that's going to boost your confidence, because you're going to know that you're not going to get injured from it. And of course, the more extreme things that we do, things can come from that. But if we're just talking about beach skating and hanging out, you're going to have a good time. So another thing that can build your confidence is having friends, like I talked about earlier. What I like to do to make friends in the skating scenes is I like to go to like rollouts or, the rink or things like that, just because, well, even if you're going by yourself down the boardwalk, I just saw a roller skater. There are going to be maybe other roller skaters, bladers, skateboarders, anyone on wheels that maybe you can make a friend from. So, I feel like a lot of places, if someone doesn't have a backyard or they don't have a very nice, like their neighborhood sidewalk isn't smooth or what have you, they might go to a beach boardwalk or a bike path to try to learn how to roller skate. So if you see another roller skater who is newer to or maybe more experienced, if you feel social enough, say hi to them. Most roller skaters are super sweet and want a buddy, especially if they're not out there with a buddy. So that's another way that you can make friends and have fun while roller skating. And if you bring a friend with you, that's going to be even more fun, because obviously you like to hang out with them when you're not skating. So it just levels up the fun by 2 when you are skating. I'm going to wait for some people to pass here.
Hi.
All right. So some more things to boost confidence and, self-esteem while roller skating. We've got gear, we've got friends, we've got making friends. Another thing is to watch YouTube videos. So just like maybe whoever is hanging out with me right now, there are countless numbers of YouTube videos and fun things to watch to make you feel better about roller skating, to show you the things that you can do when you get better, and to show you the fun things you can do while you're a beginner in general. There are so many things that you can do as a beginner that I don't think there are enough things on the internet of, but just know that what you're doing right now, learning, what you're doing as far as rolling out, what you're doing as making friends, like that's just the beginning to roller skating. There is so much out there that you're going to accomplish and do. Just make sure that if you ever feel down about maybe, skill level, or just you fell down on accident and you're trying to get back up, it's just the beginning and there's so much more that you can do. I've been skating for 5 years going on 6 now, and there's still new things every day that I feel like I'm a beginner at or I haven't tried yet. So I promise you that what you're going through right now, it is just the beginning, but there will also be fun and new things every single day that you'll keep being excited about. So I probably went off topic a little bit, but I just want you to feel confident and comfortable because everyone starts as a beginner. No one starts as a professional, no matter what age they are. We always have to start somewhere, right? So just keep all of those tips in, and I promise you that when you go to your first rollout or you are going to your first beach boardwalk skate, you're gonna have tons of fun just knowing that you're out there having fun and maybe trying to make some friends too on the way. So another tip, because right now we're skating on a lane that's a little small, is you always want to stay to the right. And if you need to pass someone, then you're gonna go around them to the left, but then we're gonna get right back over to the right. Just like walking in high school hallways, you go to the right on either side. We don't want to be the meanie who takes up all the space in the middle. We want to make sure we're being respectful, staying to the right and allowing people to pass us. Whoa, do you see this over here? It's like a trampoline in the water. Imagine doing that on roller skates. It's like jump right off of it, front flip into the water. With scuba roller skates, if you don't want to get your roller skates wet. What? So, I haven't quite looked at the comments, so I don't know if anyone has any questions while I'm skating, questions on any of the topics that I talked about, or wants any certain tips. I know that I had asked y'all what the craziest thing that you had encountered outside was. So do you have any questions you want to ask me? I can take a second to look and answer them, see if I can show you the tip that I can give you. We can take a second to stop. Cool.
Somebody asked about the pads. What
pads
do you use?
What pads do I use?
Maybe let's go into the center.
Yeah, let's do it. So the easiest thing to walk on is grass, I think. Your wheels just kind of sink into the grass and it's almost just like walking without them. It's great. But a fun thing you can do too is you can actually roll on grass. I wish we had a hill to show you, but so yeah, someone asked about the pads that I wear. And the pads that I'm currently wearing are 187 Pro knee pads for the skate park. And they are super comfortable, super, as far as like when I fall in them, they're super comfortable too. They don't slide or anything like that. I have extra Velcro on them too, because when you wear into knee pads, sometimes they do get, so when you first get the knee pads, they're tight, and then when you wear into them more, of course, everything kind of stretches a little more. So I have extra Velcro on purposely so I can tighten it as tight as I want them. And that's why I really like 187, because they give you that extra Velcro, as well as you can do a custom pair of knee pads. So that way, if you like less Velcro or you want to do a fun pattern, you actually have those options and you can talk to someone about customizing your own perfect pair of knee pads. So I really like that. I do the pro knee pads because I mostly skate at the skate park. But if I were to go down like the beach boardwalk and I did want some padding, I actually use the slim knee pads that they have. And I really like those too, because instead of being Velcro all the way, you actually have to slip them on. So I like those being as a beginner too, because if you're nervous about falls or anything like that, your knee pads aren't gonna slip. They're going to be tight on you, and they're basically going to be stuck on you the whole time until you take them off. So I really like those ones for extra sturdiness, support, and confidence that they aren't going to slip on you. I haven't really ever had that issue, but I do know that if, you know, maybe you're eager to go to the park or you're eager to go boardwalk skating and you have those Velcro, you might not do it tight enough. So the slim knee pads are great because you have to put them over your knee and they're going to stay there the whole time. Did anyone else have any? Oh, yeah, let's look at, I have my phone so I can actually look at all the questions. And then, let's see here, there's not too many people, so I'm going to get to see my beautiful lower face. I'm gonna breathe for a second here. To find where my YouTube app is. Oh look, I have notification from Moxi Roller Skates. Rollout tips for beginners with Kiana. Let's see what the questions are. What is the difference in the slim version and the 187? So just to clarify, the normal 187 pads have Velcro all the way around. So in the back, you'd have a Velcro strap on one side and a Velcro strap on the other that you would put together. But in the slim, it actually has a whole like fabric padding right there instead, or also with the Velcro. So you actually have to slip it onto your leg rather than just Velcroing it. So that's the difference, and that's why it's a little more sturdy if you're nervous about maybe your knee pad slipping off. I love going through all the questions and just seeing all the comments. That's so fun. There are countless hills that are all my friends. They blade down in my town. Let's see. You're sick of taking your skates off every time there's a hill because the roads are very broken. So I'm assuming that you take your skates off because the concrete is funky. I would say the best way to go down a hill is actually going to be on your toe stops. I'm not quite sure what your hill is like, so I can't gauge exactly how, you know, broken the sidewalks are or anything like that. But when you are going down, think of it like when you're going downstairs. You have your knees bent and you're slowly going backwards on your toe stops. So even if your road's a little broken, you can still kind of go down it that way because you're close to the ground because you have your knees bent. And if you're slightly on an incline, you're going to be stable every single time that you step on your toes. And if you do get uncomfortable or, you know, you slip or anything like that, you're just going to fall right to your knees on your knee pads. So I think that instead of taking your skates off, try going down on your toe stops and seeing how that might work. That might give you a little more confidence or be able to go down the hills with your friends if you're not comfortable skating on your wheels yet. Let's look at a few more questions before we go on. How do you take care of your knees when they hurt from skating? I don't. I'm just kidding. I normally ice them. I just have like, I actually have this really fancy knee ice, that thing that I put in my fridge. It's normally one you get when you've just had like a surgery, but I like to ice my knees a lot afterwards because it calms them down a little bit, especially if you've fallen on them like bruises. You want to ice them first before you do heating or any other treatment. So that's how I take care of my knees. What do you recommend in terms of helmets? I'm a new skater waiting on my lollies. Awesome. But I need pads and I think a helmet since I will be skating outdoors. Yes, a helmet is the best thing that you can have because it's going to protect your noggin, which is the probably most sensitive part of your body, most important. So the helmet that I have, I actually have the 888 Sweat Saver, and that one's my favorite because it comes in a bunch of cool colors, especially the really cute blue and pink Moxi blue leopard pattern that we have. And I really like that helmet because they actually have padding in it that adjusts it from different sizes. And they also have padding, I believe, that is different for narrower heads. And you can kind of adjust it towards like the sizing of your head. And it fits mine really well, and I just really like the customizations and colors that you can do with it. So that is the helmet that I recommend. Any other 888 helmet too will work just as well. I also just really like the Sweat Saver for the purposes of it, and the fact that the foam also saves your sweat, which is like part of the name. So, and the inside cushioning is also washable too, which is really cool. So if you do sweat a lot while you're skating, you can just wash that and put it right back in. Let's see one more question, and then we'll get to skating a little bit more. Let's see here. Yes, so Alejandra says, anytime I'm skating on really textured surfaces, I get so tired. Is this just something I need to build my muscles up to, or is there something I could do with my wheels to ease up the struggle? So I'm so glad that you asked this, because a lot of skating is about the customization, and part of that is going to be wheels. So if we're skating on a really rigid surface with hard wheels, all of that bumpiness and all of that impact is going to shoot into our legs and into our body, and that's not really fun, right? It's like getting a foot massage that isn't actually foot massaging you. It's like foot massaging your whole body, and you don't need that. So we want to make sure that we're getting correct wheels for the type of skating that we're doing. And of course, you can do outside and hard wheels on rigid surfaces if that's what you like. But if you want something a little more smooth that's not going to go into your body, gummy wheels are going to be the best wheels to absorb all of that impact. And we have some, I believe they're called Moxi Juicy wheels and gummy wheels. And those ones, I don't know the exact number of what they are, but they are super soft. And then a medium between gummies and like harder wheels, which I like to correlate from going to, instead of just boardwalk skating, like street skating, like you're gonna go out and maybe slide some curbs or whatever. I like the Fun Day wheels because they're really nice in between, where they're still soft enough, but they're also hard enough to where you're gonna go fast down the boardwalk, or you're gonna go fast to go down that, you know, street rail that maybe you're hitting up with your friends. So I really like Fun Days, and those are actually the wheels that I'm wearing right now. They are, I'm wearing the mint, and then I also have 2 purple on right here. So they come in a variety of different colors too, so if you want to have fun with that, you can. And then if you're wearing hard wheels on hard surfaces, you're going to just feel all that impact. I like my Fun Days because I like to skate at the park, I like to skate street, and I like to skate outdoors, and it's a really good medium for me being a more advanced skater, because I can still take that bumpiness, but even with the Fun Days, it's still a lot smoother than what harder wheels would be. So yeah, let's continue down our little bay bike path here, and I think coming up soon there's going to be a spot where I can show you some fun tricks to do. So let's get rolling. And we're going to put our masks back on because there's people. So I like to be respectful. My favorite thing about going down the boardwalk is all the dogs that I get to see. I don't have a dog yet, but when I do, I'll have 5. All right, so I want to go ahead and give you another tip. I'm sorry that this is so far into the live, but there are different ways that you can skate, right, as a beginner. If you're a lot newer, you might do bubbles, which is where you keep your feet on the ground and you do circles. So you're basically doing a bubble with your feet, and that kind of looks like this. And the point of bubbles is that you're pushing out and then in, but you're doing it kind of on the edge of your skates so that you're giving yourself kind of like a, so I'm going to explain this and show you at the same time because that's how best I work. But when you're pushing out, you're using like your inside muscles to push out against the momentum that you're going to, which is forward. And then when you push back in, which when you go in, that's the momentum that kind of makes you go forward. So you're just kind of taking that momentum and pushing yourself in bubbles. So what I'm doing right now, where you're pushing off with each foot, you're just making a big bubble that gives you a little push each time. And that is more of a beginner way to it's about, because you can keep all of your feet on the ground. So we're gonna stop right here. And I just wanted to show you a couple fun things that you could do even as a beginner on the obstacles that we have at the beach here. So this fun bench, and of course they have these on it so you can't skate, right? But they're not gonna get us. We can still do stuff here. So we can just kind of do like, we can step up and kind of do like a fun shoot the duck. This one might even be a lot more fun. There's nothing on it. We can just shoot the duck and hop right off. Uh-oh. Let me give that to you. So let's just try that again. So we're basically just gonna do a step up. You don't have to roll the whole time through. You can go on your toes up, step up, and squat. Woo! And then I love jumping off of stuff, so we're gonna jump off this again. You can even do a 180. You can just, and squat to have a stable landing. Super fun stuff. You can also practice doing tricks, so it's a little higher of a like curb or a deck if you're at the park. But you can still do fun stuff on it. So you can just step up, do like, flamingo. I'm gonna wait for her.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you filming a YouTube video?
We are. How did you know? So let me try that again. So you can do like flamingo stall, like this. You can step off. You can do whoop, whatever tricks you can think of.
All right, yo.
And make sure you're paying attention, of course. I did see him coming. But with that, you can do so many different things on the beach or bay path. Whatever comes your way. Watch out right behind you.
Found out, I guess.
So right now we're passing by this, what I believe is a event hall and a hotel. So I know that people have weddings here, of course, because it's super beautiful by this bay. I've skated on this path before a couple times when there were weddings. And yeah, it's super cool to, make your appearance in a wedding, crash it for like 2 seconds. almost to my favorite spot. We just have to cross this bridge right up here. And it's fun to go over this bridge because it makes a different noise than what we've been skating on so far. And it's over the water, so it's fun to just be on a bridge in general. Ooh, before we get on the bridge, I want to show you, when I was talking about earlier how we want to keep a staggered stance, because if we hit a crack or anything like that, I want to just show you the reason why we stay staggered. So there's a perfect crack up here I'm going to show you. So like these guys right here, see how they're just a lot bigger than, you know, the normal cracks, maybe from wear and tear or what have you. So the reason why we want to stay staggered when going over these is, once again, one foot might get stuck over it before the other, and then we have a free foot to be able to stable our stuff. So I'll just show you real quickly. Go for it, you're good. No, you're okay. I like your bike.
Thank you.
Beautiful color.
Thank you.
Cool, so yeah, if you're going slow or you're just not prepared for it, and you're, so if you're going with 2 feet, like this, and you're not prepared for it, you might hit it, just like this. Your wheels are gonna get locked. You might go backwards, or you could go forward if maybe you hit those back wheels. See how they kind of get like locked into the spot? They're like almost perfect. So we would rather go staggered, because if one of our wheels get locked in, we might trip, but then we can easily just step with our other foot. Same if we're going backwards or forwards too. You just want to have a free foot so you can kind of collect yourself and have somewhere to stabilize. So I just wanted to show you that with a perfect size. Oh, one more time? Yeah. So we don't want to go with 2 feet, right? Because we're going to lock in, and see how my wheels really lock in there. We're going to go with 2 feet, because then if they lock, we can easily just step with our other foot. Now let's get to my favorite part of this whole roll. You kind of have to do some distance, some work to get there. So it's a perfect spot. We're gonna go over the bridge. So I like this bridge, and you can't really hear it that well, but I like this bridge because it's a little bumpy to where my wheels just make a little bit more noise. And normally if you go over a bridge, sometimes it's like wooden planks too, and those are my favorite as well because it makes such a funky noise. I love going over bridges. And a tip for going over bridges, if you're going on, again, any surface that is odd, speed is gonna help if you're going over like wooden planks, as well as keeping your knees bent too. Yay, so we're here. It's just another set of, you know, benches or planters, but can anyone tell me what's special about this specific bench? Let's see if anyone can understand why I like this spot. I hope you guessed it, but the reason why I like it is because clearly people have been shredding here, and also it's waxed. And what that means is that I can slide on it. So if you have sliders on your skates, you're a newer skater and maybe a little bit more advanced, you can slide on ledges just like this, and I'll go ahead and show you how. So whenever we're at a ledge, we want to test the height in general by stepping up first. So I kind of act as ledges are kind of like rails. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to step up with the foot that is going to hit it first when I'm sliding on it. So that would be my right foot. So I'm just going to go ahead and step up. just see how high it is, make sure that I can either jump to that or, I feel comfortable at this distance. The next step is going to be jumping on it without stepping, so meaning jumping with both of your feet. So what that looks like, you can do it on your toes or without. It's going to be like, and then right back down. And then from there, I would go rolling and I would jump up, but without sliding. So that way I can make sure I can actually jump up with a roll. So that would look like this. And then right back down. And if I feel comfortable doing all of those things, I'm gonna put it all together and we're gonna do a slide. What that means though is that instead of coming up straight when I do the jump, I'm actually gonna come up almost like a curve. So I'm gonna roll up this way, but then my momentum and speed is we're gonna land almost into a curved landing of where I'd be going if I was straight. So instead of this way, we're gonna jump a little to the right. Oh man. I have to take a breath for a second there. All right, so let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. And this is where I forgot my knee pads, so I'm praying to the skate gods that we're gonna be okay here. Woo! We did it! I don't know if you can tell, but I'm smiling. There are people around, so I'm going to keep my mask on, but let's just try it one more time. Let's try to get a better slide out of that. But the more and more you do it, and the more times that you come back to it, could be either more wax, it could be less wax. It's basically a challenge that you just find on your way while you're skating. So we're going to try that again. Woo-hoo-hoo! So that was a good one. The landing was a little iffy, but it was still fun. And so this is pretty much the spot that I like to hang out for while I'm skating. This is like my pause spot. You can actually go all the way around this bay and kind of do a loop if you wanted to, but I don't want to do that today because it's hot. So this is normally a spot that I just hang out for a bit, do some tricks, and then I would just go back the route that I went to. So want to just hang out, just do some tricks or something? Cool. Well, I forgot to wait until y'all answered. Do you want to see me do cool things? Or if you have any questions, if you want to know more about maybe tricks that you can do on ledges, I'm going to look at the questions right now. And let's see what y'all talking about. You can take a breath with me if you're also winded from watching me skate so much. You know how you don't really see like the side of your head in the mirror or, in day-to-day life because you don't have eyes other places except for in front of you? Bobby's getting my great angles right now and my hair looks good today. I hope I hope that it's appreciated. I find it really hard to do the running fast feet without one of my skates shooting out from under me. Should I try my foot in, out to gain traction? I'm not quite sure what you mean by in and out to gain traction, but when I'm normally doing running fast feet, if I find myself super duper like shocked about what has come up, I normally will I'll try my toe stops because I feel a lot more comfortable on my toe stop, and depending on how big your toe stops are, they might work better than doing feet. But that also just varies on what you're going to be going over, because if you're going over rocks that are moving, right, you might want to do fast feet better. But if you're going on like something that's a little more gravelly, again, our toe stops are softer and they're going to, if you're stepping on something that is like gravel, they're going to go with the gravel, right? They're not super solid to where they're just going to be stepping on top of. So you might try doing it with your toe stops if you feel comfortable, and that also might be a little better too, especially if you have a derby background and you're a jammer. I'm sure you're super comfortable on your toe stops, and that might give you a little bit of advantage rather than just going on your feet. Let's see. Some more questions, or How do you get over speed bumps? I have trouble with that. So speed bumps are just kind of like a little bump, right? We don't really have one here, but basically it's going to be the same thing. You want to stay squatted. So let's pretend this section here is a speed bump, right? And we're going up and over it. You want to stay squatted and staggered, and you just want to go with it. Sometimes I lift my front toes up to get me up and over that speed bump, because it's not transitional for the purpose of us, right? It's purposely for a car to slow down. So if we're trying to go over it, I normally will pick my feet up to allow me to go over the bump, and then I just make sure to squat when we're going down with the bump. And that's normally how I go over speed bumps. The other way is I also just jump over them, which is super fun too if you want to just avoid it altogether. So those are two different options. Let's see some more questions. We got some blading questions. I cannot help you with that. Someone said wearing, we're not gonna get controversial. I'm not gonna answer that question. I personally have the lung capacity to be able to skate while wearing a mask. So I will just say that. A lot of people do wear masks to build lung capacity, and you know, if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. Whatever's gonna make you feel most comfortable. But again, I don't feel like I'm suffocating, so I feel perfectly fine wearing one. And one day I do want to climb Mount Everest, and I have to build my lung strength anyways, so it's all in a day's work. Let's see. I don't think we have any more questions, so I'm just going to do a fun little skate here, kind of just do the things that I normally do while I'm here, and yeah, we're just going to have some fun. So there's a lot of fun things that you can do just by stepping up onto the ledge too. Woo! And they definitely waxed this since last time I've been here, so I'm kind of happy about that because I'm going longer than I normally do. Woo! That's about all I've got in me right now because it is hot outside and I'm ready to go back. So who else is ready to go back? Have you enjoyed this fun little trip with us? Let me know in the comments. I hope that this was relaxing for you, or that maybe you learned something new, or maybe you just wanted to say hi to me, and I like that option too. Whoop. How was that? Was that good too? So normally, this is the part where I try to go as fast as I can because I'm tired and I just want to get back to my car. Or sometimes I'm too tired and I skate the slowest that I've ever skated. Both of those options are okay. But normally I'm skating really fast. So we're gonna get through this beach path and then, I don't know, it's a little windy, but whoever is here, we're gonna give you a little taste of what the beach boardwalk is like at San Diego Mission Beach. One tip that I like to give when you're skating on the beach, when there's a lot of people, is I like going with a buddy because this keeps me accountable for them and they keep me accountable for me. And they make sure I don't run off and get ice cream when I shouldn't be spending money on getting ice cream, but I probably will do that anyways. Ooh, another one of my favorite things about skating on the beach boardwalk or the bay bike path is smelling barbecues. Oh my goodness. It's not even that I immediately want barbecue after smelling that. It's just that like charcoal smell of like burnt whatever they're cooking. I don't know why it's so good, but it's good. Oh my goodness. I hope someone else agrees. Give me a thumbs up if you agree on the smell of barbecue, because I cannot be the only one. Alright, so we're going to take a right here. We're going to go down the beach boardwalk. We're going to just show you how busy it is. We're going to go, not this one, but let's just do the next one. So the reason why I want to take you through this way is because you get a little view of the really cute houses that live on the beach. Like, look at how cute these are. Little roses. Oh, perfect. Here's an example of some really awful gravel. So if I was skating really fast down this is what I would normally do. And I'm going to try to take my speed. I'm either going to do a toe stop walk or I'm going to try to do a stepping walk. So let's do some speed here. Like, oh gosh, oh no. I just kind of run right on over it. So I basically take that speed and I just keep going. If you think you're about to fall, keep stepping, keep going. You're going to make it across, I promise you. Same thing you can do with toe stopping. Personally, that one I think is harder. You can do exactly the same thing. So you can just, and normally it can't last as long as running on my feet, but it's still just another option that you have if you're not comfortable on your wheels. So that was a great example. Awful concrete. Let's keep going. I just saw a puppy, so let's see if I can get Bobby to show you this cute puppy I just saw. It was cute, wasn't it? Okay, so now we have to cross the street because unfortunately there's a lot of traffic going on. So we're gonna wait until there's no cars and we're gonna go into this alley. Whoop! Couple more cars. More than a couple more cars. Oh, look at this puppy. All right, can I go through? Can I go? Yay! Whoop! I'm gonna go great way to stop, since we're in the middle of the road right now, is putting one foot down on your wheels and one on your toe stop. You're not gonna go on you're not gonna move at all because your toe stop is kind of keeping you stable. You can go on both if you want. If you're comfortable with that, you can build some upper thigh muscle. No, we're gonna wait. We're gonna go right now. No, we're not. You know when the cars speed up right when you're about to go? That's the feeling I'm having. Okay, we're gonna go now whether the car likes it or not. So I kind of just waved at the car to let them know that I was going, but they saw me. I didn't feel like my life was, in any danger, so we're good. We're gonna go. There's a dead end. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one up here. Boom! We made it. Because there's so much construction right now, it's kind of hard to tell where the sidewalks go through to the beach. But we saw a cute dog and we made it. So I think that counts as we did it okay. We went through okay. Cool. So this is Mission Beach. It's beautiful right now. The boardwalk actually just opened up this week, I believe. And the further you get from the original Belmont Park, which is the, fun little roller coaster and fair and everything it's a main attraction to Mission Beach. It's a lot more calmer and, there's less people on the boardwalk. But when you get closer, to which I believe that we'll probably get there, it's a lot more crazier. Let's keep going. More dogs. Yeah. So I'm kind of spreading all my tips out here, but there's another way that you can just kind of get over stuff. So if you're not going to roll over it, if you're not going to jump over it, or you're not going to, go to the side of it, you can actually just step right over it. So there might be a puddle, there could be a crack, there could be some weird obstacle. You're right over it. So you're just going to transfer your weight from one foot to the other. And of course, the smaller it is, the more your transition is going to be smoother. But it's almost as if you're just doing skiing moves, but you're just kind of transitioning. Another roller skater! Yay! It's your first day? You're doing amazing! Heck yeah! So that could be you. You could be out here having a fun time, first day roller skating. Just saying hi to people, encouraging them. They're gonna give you good energy back. So I've pretty much been doing the tip I was telling you guys about this whole time. But you're just basically just transferring your weight from one to the other. You can do it on both feet. You're just basically doing transitional steps. You can just get over small things with that. And that helps you keep rolling at the same time too. So yeah, enjoy this beautiful scenery. There are houses here that I think are super pretty. I love this mint house right here. It reminds me of mint chocolate chip. I'm gonna share a fun secret with y'all. And don't make fun of me, but I hope to never live in a house that has so much glass that I see on the beach all the time. It's scary.
I'm getting all different stories. I even lost.
Coming from a person who, if you know me most, I drop my phone all the time. I never know when my screen is gonna be cracked. I drop so many things that if I just lived in a house that had so much glass, all of my windows would be shattered in amount of a week, probably. Yeah. Yep. So I will probably never live in a glass house, and if I'm forced to, I will not. I will leave. Ooh, Bobby. Oh, I think they take cash only. Never mind. Huh? You have cash? Let's get a popsicle. Oh my gosh, tell me what your favorite popsicles are. Mine, thank you. Mine is the watermelon one. It's called the watermelon bomb pop, I think. Do you want a popsicle? Okay, thank you. I probably don't need that much, but that's what I grabbed. Tell me what your favorite popsicles are. Do you like the Sonic with like drooping eye? Do you like Spongebob, Bubbles? I think that's another one. Let's see what you're talking about. Pineapple lime.
No, Kobe, just stay behind the fence. There's someone in the back.
Let's see. We're gonna get a popsicle and then I'll look at your. Hi. Can I do the watermelon bomb pop?
I have used original.
Did you say the Jolly Rancher? What is the original?
What?
Is the original watermelon or?
No, the Jolly Rancher have watermelon.
Can we do the Batman? Sorry. Thank you.
SpongeBob.
Perfect.
Right.
Shorter change or is that okay? Okay, perfect. The best ones, honestly, besides watermelon.
All right, 7.
Awesome. Thank
you.
you.
Have a good day.
You too. You want me to put it back? Awesome. So we couldn't get my favorite, but SpongeBob, Bubbles, Batman, any of those are honestly my second favorite. So it's totally cool too. Thank you. All right. I want to take a guess and see if the eyeballs are going to be perfect or if they're going to be messed up on this one. So I'm going to wait a second and just slowly unravel this. We'll just do it a little more professionally. Oh, I know what they look like, but I want to see what you guys think, if they're messed up or not. Because isn't that the fun of getting these, right? Is that like they look scary? So we actually got a perfect SpongeBob. So that must mean we're having a perfect day, right? Exactly. And I realized that I kind of have to take my mask off to eat this. So I'm going to do that. And I'm still going to be considerate and stay away from people. But we're going to enjoy this perfect looking SpongeBob. Like the best thing when you're at the beach is just, you know, eating a popsicle, skating, maybe jamming to some tunes. That tastes like childhood. Nostalgia, more or less, I guess. That's, you know, nostalgia. I'm going to go ahead and backtrack what I said. That tastes like nostalgia because I remember when I was a little kid and I would have these all the time and they just bring me back to being a child is what I was trying to say. So up ahead we have a puddle. You can use the step tip that I was telling you about exactly with these. Here, you can have a bite. So, right now we're skating on the beach boardwalk, and of course the beach boardwalk is going to be a lot more sandy than like the Bay Bike Path, which is what we were skating on earlier. So normally when you're coming back, whatever side is closest to the beach is going to be more sandier. So as long as you're just staying aware of who you're passing and who's next to you, what's going on, you can skate a little more towards the middle so you're not skating right in sand. But just be aware of everything that's going on, because a lot of people pass in the middle. So if you're going to hang out there, you just want to be aware of what's happening. Tell me, what are your favorite things to do while you're at the beach? Mine is playing frisbee. My least favorite thing to do is get burnt. So I wear a lot of sunscreen. Obviously, I like to skate on the beach boardwalk. I like eating popsicles. I like body surfing, I think it's called. Yeah, that is so fun. If you don't know what that is, it's basically using yourself as a surfboard. So you're riding waves. It's really hard, at least for me. It's like you have to catch the wave perfectly, in which like the wave is taking you rather than crashing you. And yeah, it's a fun, challenging thing to do while you're at the beach. I've only been surfing twice since I've lived in San Diego. It's fun, but that means I have to own a surfboard, so I don't really do that too often. More roller skaters! Cute! It looks like their skates were brand new. Got that beautiful, like, floss-looking color to them. I love this. We've seen like 6 roller skaters so far, which is really cool because it's Friday and it's, what time is it? It's 6 o'clock. But we're also getting more and more towards the like center or main attraction to the beach too. So I'm sure we'll see a lot more. Whoa! So I almost ate it there, but my feet were staggered, so I saved myself. More roller skaters! Love the roller skates!
Thank you.
So, I know that y'all talked about in the comments about a few people like catcalling and stuff. I like to do, not catcalling obviously because that's mean, but I like to do a friendly like, I love your roller skates, or like cute roller skates, or something that kind of talks about their skates because you're wearing skates too, right? So it's pointing out that you have a fun common interest and like maybe we could be friends, but not obligated to, obviously. And to me, that is a safe and nice way to call on someone rather than, you know, what y'all mentioned that you heard earlier. So we're kind of getting to the beginning of the beach boardwalk. And this is where it gets way more busy. As you can see, so like around here where it gets busy is where you kind of want to slow down and make sure you're watching people and not bumping into people. But yeah, that's pretty much, we skated the Beach Bay bike path and the beach boardwalks. So you kind of got a taste of what San Diego's fun attractions are like. Okay. But yeah, that was it. So I'm glad that y'all came along with me and skated. I'm gonna check if any of you have any questions. You can watch as Spongebob turns scary here a little bit. He's melting. It's like that one episode where Spongebob has his brain is showing. I feel like someone's gonna know what I'm talking about. Ooh, I love all of your favorite ice creams. Those sound great. It looks like there aren't really too many more questions. Someone asked if Cali was open. Again, the beach boardwalk just opened this week, so I'm really excited to have the rollouts that were happening, or the skate protests and the rollout that were happening this weekend, because it just lines up really with where everything's opening. We're still gonna social distance, be safe and be polite to what other people feel comfortable with. But yeah, it's opening back up and I'm stoked. Can do a little bit more distance skating and it'll be a lot more fun. So I'll just see if anyone else has any questions. But if you want to see something really cool and why I like Mission Beach, there's literally a snake behind you right now. You should look. Can you see it? Do you want to go see it? Let's go look at the snake.
I got people waiting. Other people want to hold it, so come on, guys. Come on. Alright. There you go, buddy. Alright. Heavy, huh?
Whoa.
You look at half the body on you, too.
So when you go home, you show Dad. You want to? Come on.
Ooh.
On all of us, okay? Why are you scared? Oh, sorry.
Fine. Okay. Will you hold this for me? Okay, I think we're gonna hold a snake today, y'all.
Pull him down. Put him wherever you want. Who's Kiana holding with? No.
I'm excited.
Really?
So normally at the beach you'll see stuff like this where people have lizards, snakes, parrots, anything that you can think of they'll bring to the beach to entertain people, and it's super cool.
That's funny. She's next, okay? Then you guys are up next.
Yes, can I please hold this snake? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, it's a lot heavier than I thought this was going to be.
35 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy moly, what kind of snake is this?
Burmese python. Do whatever you want to
Okay,
him.
I have ice cream on my hand. Oh! I just want to be polite about your snake.
Okay.
Okay, holy moly. This is cool. How heavy is he?
35 pounds.
35 pounds. Oh my gosh.
You
And
can
he's
have it.
moving at the same time. That's cool.
You
Thank
good?
you. Yeah.
Okay. I like your necklace.
Thanks. Crazy. Cool. Thank you.
3 of you, right? Or 2 of you?
We've got a very odd Spongebob to finish eating. But yeah, so that's the Mission Beach Boardwalk. I'm stoked that I got to hold a snake. I think that was the first time ever holding a 35-pound snake, and that was cool. But I love coming to the beach because even if I'm by myself doing, just skating, I can find other roller skaters. I can get excited about that. I can hold a snake or find like fun entertainment. And sometimes actually in this exact spot that we're at right now, you can actually find people jam skating and rhythm dancing too to music, which is super fun. And they're really, really nice about like you hopping in and learning. And I just love the community of San Diego and how nice everyone is and accompanying and entertaining too, because sometimes we're just trying to have a fun skate and finding a snake on our skate is gonna make our skate 1,000 times better. So hopefully you got some fun tips out of our live today, and I hope you had a good time. And I'm just gonna double check and see if anyone has any questions before we leave you off today. Someone asked if I recommended toe caps on Amazon, and I would say either go to your local shop or buy from a roller skate brand or someone who personally makes toe caps. Amazon is cheap for a reason, so I would say maybe purchasing from someone directly is going to be a lot better. Your local skate shop is actually going to be able to have toe caps that you can look at and see if they're right for your skates, so I would recommend that just so you can actually, have a toe cap that works for you rather than getting it shipped and then, oh no, they don't work and having to maybe ship them back. Any tips on hosting rollouts? So I think my best tip for hosting a rollout is just, be confident in that the roof, you want it to be beginner friendly because you want people to feel safe while they're skating on this route. Another thing is promoting it. You don't have to use social media to host a rollout. You can put posters up at local rec centers, you can put them up at the beach. You can do a variety of things to, get people at the rollout. You can even come to the beach and hand out flyers and say we're gonna have a fun rollout this time, here, when, whatever. And just like all those roller skaters that maybe you had passed, maybe they're looking for something fun to do. So, I think those are the biggest tips, are the promotion of it. And even if it turns out to be a small rollout, a rollout is for however many people come. And it's still gonna be fun. It's still gonna be, better each and every time. So I think the more that you host them too, the more confident and comfortable you'll get with being a host. What I like to think about hosting things is that I'm not hosting it as a thing of like me. I'm hosting it of like, I want this to be about you. I want you to have fun. I want you to have a good time. I want you to meet other skaters. So that's why I like hosting rollouts, because I like getting the community together to have a good time together and to have fun together and meet new people. So I hope that answers your question a little bit, but I think we're gonna go because my popsicle is melting, and we're gonna skate away in the beautiful sunset of Mission Beach. Oh, and make sure to subscribe to Moxi Roller Skates, and like that little thumbs up button there. Like this video if you like the snake dude, if you'd like me skating out, if you like skating on the beach, if you like skating in general, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe and have fun, skaters.